Well, the president is now on his way home from Israel. This follows meetings including with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The president reaffirmed his support for Israel, but urged for the protection of civilian life.
NBC News White House correspondent Ali Rafa is joining us now from Washington, D.C. to talk about some of the latest here. So, Ali, we know that pressure's growing for humanitarian aid to flow into Gaza. Was President Biden able to make that happen? And what else did he accomplish on this short trip?
Yeah, Vanessa and Colin, the president making a lot of news during the less than 8 hours that he was on the ground in Israel. When he was there, he announced this $100 million humanitarian aid package that he says will go to not just Gaza, but also the West Bank, and it'll be used to help the more than 1 million Palestinians who have been displaced as a result of this Israel-Hamas war. He also warned Hamas not to intervene in the delivery of that aid to these innocent Palestinians. But there are several other factors complicating that. You have Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu saying that in exchange for the delivery of that aid, he wants Hamas to release all of the hostages they are holding. And Egypt really holds the key to this whole puzzle, because without Egypt's approval to open that Rafah border crossing, no aid can be allowed in and no people will be allowed out. And the president, on his way back to the United States, told reporters on Air Force One that after a phone call that he had with Egyptian President El-Sisi, that El-Sisi has agreed to open that border crossing temporarily to allow some trucks full of humanitarian aid into Gaza to help these innocent Palestinians, guys.
And a quick question here for you as well about the president. He also said that he'll ask Congress apparently later this week for a support package for Israel. What more do we know about that specific point?
Yeah, he called this support package unprecedented, and U.S. officials are saying we could expect that request to go from the White House to Capitol Hill as early as today, but they caution the timing of that is very fluid, and we expect that aid package to also include not just aid to Israel, but also aid to Ukraine, Taiwan, as well as funding for the U.S.-Mexico border. But remember, nothing can get done in Congress without the House, and the House is effectively paralyzed because they haven't confirmed who is going to be the next House Speaker. So at this point, it's still unclear when that aid can be delivered, guys.
All right, Ali Rafa, thank you so much for those updates.